Okay, wonder how many people I'm gonna piss off with this video. Disclaimer, I am an individual white trans guy who has never been in the military. This is not meant to be an explanatory video. There are sources in the description box to learn more about the issue, and I'm gonna be putting out an episode of Transmission soon with one or more trans veterans. That will be the time for a more nuanced, educational discussion, but I had to make this opinion video today because something has really been bugging me about this. So yes, it sucks that a ban that was fought so hard for so long to be lifted and finally was last year has been taken away. It sucks that 15,000 active military members are now in limbo, possibly losing their jobs, welfare, future, a huge part of their identity, especially considering how many of them came out when the ban was lifted last year and so now are more vulnerable than they would have been. And it sucks that this is disproportionately affecting people of color and people from low-income backgrounds. And it sucks that this was announced by a draft-dodging excuse for a commander-in-chief when actual military officials have repeatedly asked for this to be left to them. And it sucks that this was given the weak excuse of money when the US military spends more than 10 times as much on erectile dysfunction treatment as it would on trans healthcare every year. It sucks that this has set a precedent for stripping trans people of our rights and humanity. And it sucks that this was announced on Twitter instead of a press conference or an official decree or anything except the same place that our pathetic president goes to make up rumors about celebrities he doesn't like. Trans troops have been put on the same level as kafefe. Like it wasn't enough to dehumanize trans people by revoking this hard-won civil right, but to tweet about it debases us so low as to be unworthy of an official statement. And listen, I, like many queer people, have complicated feelings about the military, but none of that is what's bugging me. Well, it is, clearly. But the main thing, what has been particularly bugging me is the flood of performative allyship I saw yesterday. I mean, can someone go check on the fucking Keebler Elves tree? Because I'm pretty sure the US ran out of cookies to hand out yesterday. I am glad people care. I am glad people are outraged. I am grateful for the messages of support that I saw and personally received yesterday. Trans people in the military deserve this attention. But it's also frustrating to see many of those same people, not all of them, but many of them, turn around in a couple of days and misgender someone in their lives. Laugh at trans misogynistic jokes in the media, and forget this ever happened. I mean, when I saw these tweets from Trump, I was a bit sad, I was a bit mad, but I wasn't shocked. It was something that was on the horizon. We've all known our rights are on a short lifeline ever since November 9th. Why do you think so many people had rushed weddings after Election Day? Why do you think I legally changed my name before inauguration? I've lost count of how many people I know who rushed into hormones or surgery or have been investigating backups for their healthcare. We are living every day in greater fear of hate crimes. Of the day when Trump tweets that our very existence is illegal. I hope it never happens, but I have visions of us being rounded up door to door and hunted down. Exactly like what's happening to undocumented immigrants right now. This is happening. It's real. This is the world that we live in now. So I wasn't shocked by the news yesterday. And I am genuinely glad that yesterday may have been a wake-up call for some people, but I hope that's what it was. A genuine wake-up call and not just a singular instance of performative allyship. Accepting trans people is politically correct right now, but that doesn't mean that the people showing their support know the first thing about being what trans means or what we go through every day. I mean, did you know that Trump's first anti-trans move in office was to revoke Title IX protections that allow transgender kids to use the bathroom that matches their gender in school? His very first trans-related act in office was taking away the rights of children. Specifically children. That was all I needed to know about how things would go from there. And where was the shock then? Where was the outrage? Where were the Facebook fundraisers, the trending hashtags, the profile picture changes, the calls for trans kids to feel safe and loved when they were actually attacked and not on an issue that doesn't directly affect them right now? Check in on me when another trans person is murdered in my town, not when a policy that will never affect me is reinstated. I mean, it goes without saying that I prefer weak performative allyship to outright transphobic people who are in support of banning us from the military and God knows what else. But those people, I can't work with them. I can't get through to them. Those of you who say you're supporting trans people, you signed up for this. So I'm gonna tell you how it really is and how you can actually help us. Angela Dumlau wrote a great piece yesterday in response to all this on how to be a good ally. I'll put that in the description box along with a couple of other articles about allyship. I mean, bottom line, just listen to us and respect us. Do your research. Amplify trans voices. Especially in moments like this, be amplifying the voices of trans veterans like Kristen Beck, Shane Ortega, and Jamie Shoup. And show your support more often than just when it's popular or you feel pressure to. You can get educated and find out how to take action from places like GLAAD, Lambda Legal, ACLU, National Center for Transgender Equality. Support them, and support smaller organizations like the Transgender Americans Veterans Association. And in case it's not obvious, I am not perfect either. Knowing where to throw your support when everything needs it right now is tough. I am not asking for every person out there to be a perfect trans ally. I just want you to really be one if you say that you are. And for people to know what it really feels like from the other side in moments like these, which honestly is a good self-check for myself when I throw support behind other marginalized groups that I have not done the work for. We live in horrible times right now, and we all need to work harder to do better. And to people who reached out to me, I do truly appreciate it. This is not calling out any single person individually, just more an entire trend that I saw happening. You were all very kind, and as someone who sucks at keeping in touch with people, I appreciate the excuse to catch up. I'm not concretely saying that you need to text me every time something awful happens for trans people. I just want all of us to think a little more deeply and consistently for things like this. I know this was more of an intense video than usual, so if you need a clear mind or just want a laugh, I did waffle watermelon yesterday. It was gross. So go laugh at me having an awful time. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch this and think about it and explore the other links that I shared with you. Let's grow together. See you next time.